What's up, Maniacs? My name is Mex. I'm a wrestling fan, a wrestling enthusiast, a WrestleManiac, if you will. And today we are talking AEW Dynamite, another really good show from AEW. And I think at this point, I'm going to hold up my hands and say AEW is the superior show on Wednesday nights. A lot of people will be like, yeah, duh, like how long has it taken you? But you know, this is coming every Wednesday hot. There's always something to talk about, and this week was no different. It was the 30th anniversary Jericho show, along with a couple title matches thrown in, especially the dog collar match, which we're going to jump straight into from the jump. So to hear all about that, stay tuned. Right here at WrestleManiac UK, I discuss everything that is WWE and AEW. So if this sounds like the place for you, make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get into the review. Dog collar match, TNT championship on the line, Brodie Lee versus Cody. And if you watched my review from last week, I said Cody is not going to win this. Brodie Lee at Dark Order, they're on a really good run right now. But boy, was I wrong. And before we even get there to the finish, you know, Brodie Lee, Cody, they put on an absolute brilliant match, you know. This has got to be like 4.5 star level match. Very, very good storytelling. That dog collar came into action very soon, being pulled off the rope when he was going for moonsaults and top rope dives. Cody was wrapping the dog collar around each other's faces, using it for submissions, packing it on the floor and then doing moves onto the chain of the dog collar. It was crazy. It was brutal. We saw blood from John Silver, Cody bled, Brodie bled. We saw a package power driver through a table. Really have to go and watch it. This is probably going to be the match of the week, guys. No matter what promotion, I'm saying it right now, this is probably the match of the week. So definitely go and watch the AEW TNT Championship dog collar match if you haven't seen it already. It took 2 crossroads before Brodie Lee was put away by Cody. And yeah, I didn't see it coming. A lot of people predicted it, but I thought, nah, Brodie's going to retain. Cody Rhodes is once again the TNT champion. And you know what, I was a bit disappointed at first, but now I think about it, is, you know, good stories, good careers can be built off the back of Cody having this championship and mixing it up with all kinds of guys. Next week he is taking on Orange Cassidy for the TNT championship. That was decided pretty quickly after this match. So again, great match, and Cody is the new TNT champion. At the top of the show, we had my favorite title being defended, the FTW Championship. Will Hobbs was taking on Brian Cage for this, and this was a typical big man match. It was a hoss match, but Brian Cage, for me, this is the best match he's had in AEW. And to be honest, I don't really think he's had a lot of singles matches, but this is definitely the best. I was very impressed with some of the agility that he was showing, as well as the power moves. Will Hobbs looked really good in places, but I think as a big man that could do the high flying stuff as well, Brian Cage did look that much better. Will Hobbs had a really good chance right at the end where he tried to use that spine buster and then went up top when he didn't put him away with a spine buster, delivered a frog splash, but Brian Cage got out of the way, and then Brian Cage applied his finish and got the win. Brian Cage still the FTW champion. Really good big man match here. Next up, we had Hybrid 2 taking on FTR. This was part of FTR's open challenge thing that they're doing every week. And again, a very good match. We haven't seen Hybrid 2 on AEW Dynamite TV for a very long time. I can't remember the last time. It must have been very early this year, if not late last year. I haven't seen them on Dynamite for ages, but they showed their ability. Jack Evans, what a talent in the air. He is so good, but it looked like he picked up an injury pretty early on. He was harboring a knee injury for like the rest of the match. FTR did really well to put Hybrid 2 over as a threat as well, and Jericho really talented with the submissions and stuff that we were seeing in this match. In the end though, FTR did retain the championships, and soon after we saw Best Friends come out and they laid their claim to be the #1 contenders, and they are going to take on FTR for the AEW World Tag Team Championships next week. So that is going to be a really good match, I can tell already. Before we get on to the women's match that was on the card, guys, if you're enjoying this review, please remember to smash the like button, give us a thumbs up. We thoroughly appreciate it right here at WrestleManiac UK, and it does loads for the channel. So if you're enjoying this video, please hit the thumbs up button. We had Big Swole back on Dynamite taking on Serena Deeb. I knew Serena Deeb had signed for the company maybe about a month ago now, and she's had a couple matches on Dark, but this was my first time seeing her on TV for a while, and she looks as good as everyone says she is. Her and Big Swole put on a solid match. No thrills really, it was just a really good match. In the end, Big Swole won with her rolling forearm, so Swole stays strong. Obviously she's the #2 contender, so maybe we're going to see her go after the AEW Women's Championship in the near future. But one gripe about this match, guys, this is the only women's match on the entire card, and again, picture of picture right in the middle of it, you're putting adverts in the only women's match. I know they have to come somewhere, but why is it in the only women's match? Last but not least, we had Chris Jericho and Jake Hagar taking on Chaos Project, Dr. Luther and Serpentico. And this match, as they dubbed it, 30 years in the making. Dr. Luther was one of Chris Jericho's very first opponents when he started wrestling. So I guess it was really big and really good of Chris Jericho to put Dr. Luther in the main event here of AEW Dynamite. You know, since the Nightmare Collective thing fell apart, we haven't seen Luther have a match or really be involved in any kind of angle on Dynamite. So this was a special touch by Jericho, and it says a lot about Jericho. You know, this is what he's been doing, putting over other people, giving others the opportunity. This is what he's all about, and he done it in this match. He made Luther's offense look really strong, made Serpentico look good. It was a solid tag match and just a great touch on what is a 30-year anniversary for Le Champion. In the end, he won the match. He put him away with the Judas effect, and as he took to the mic, he was quickly interrupted by MJF, who brought out a picture of himself as a gift for Chris Jericho, alongside somebody dressed as a clown, which Chris Jericho quickly gave a Judas effect to, saying that he hates clowns. But like everything with these two, it was a big ruse. What looked like was about to end in conflict ended up in a big laugh and a big joke. Chris Jericho thanked the crowd, thanked everybody for supporting him for 30 years. The heel locker room came out, all got in the ring with Jericho and Inner Circle MGF. They all had drinks, a bit of the bubbly, and then just as it looked like the show was going off, the credits were on, and I was thinking, there's never credits on AEW. But everything was Chris Jericho. He was the producer, the executive producer, the cameraman. Every role was Chris Jericho, Chris Jericho, Chris Jericho. Such a Chris Jericho way to end the show, to end an anniversary. One of my favorites, as you guys know, top 5 dead or alive. Chris Jericho, congrats on an outstanding career and hope it continues. So guys, that is my AEW review. This is a must-watch show in total, but like I said, if you can only watch one match, the dog collar match, that was brutal but enjoyable. A really good showing from Cody and Brodie Lee. Next week it is the anniversary show. We have Moxley versus Lance Archer in the main event of this show, and it's going to be a massive match for the AEW World Championship along with some other championship matches, so make sure you tune into AEW next week. I'll be reviewing it straight after right here on WrestleManiac UK. If you enjoyed today's review, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button, give us a like, and if you're new to this channel, welcome. Please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you soon.